Episode 60, Exploding a Myth. I love the late Christopher Hitchens for his acerbic humour, sharp intelligence, his ability to see through crap, basically. He wrote a wonderful book about Mother Teresa of Calcutta called The Missionary Position. It was really a mockery of a famous interview and film made for BBC with the 1950s academic Malcolm Muggeridge, and it was called Something Beautiful for God, and he visited Mother Teresa in her work in Calcutta, and full of praise and everything. I worked for Mother Teresa of Calcutta for 10 years collecting money until I met somebody who had worked with her, knew her personally, and said how it was that she allowed Hindu children who could have been cured by simple medicines to deny them those medicines to make sure that they converted to be Catholics, and she let them die rather than cure them. Just more fodder for heaven. It's this sanctimonious feel about her. Certainly when you meet her, you feel a power about her, which I certainly was taken in, if you like. But yes, she was also a great friend of Ceausescu in Romania, got a lot of money from him, and Papadoc Duvalier, the tyrant in Haiti. She hobnobbed with some of the most despicable, disgusting dictators in history, and everybody loved her. Yes. About this thing then, this thing who is to be worshipped, it adds to the conspiracy theory, doesn't it? We're told these things and we're expected to believe them, and then somebody told you something and you realise how much you've been misled. Hitchens was most famous for his arguments with American preachers. He said of one so succinctly, if you gave this particular preacher an enema, you could fit him in a matchbox. So full of shit was he. Yes, trying to see the truth behind what we're told is very difficult. And I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but we are spun so many lies all the time. I'll never forget, I was on an anti-abortion rally back in 1970 when I was still quite a devout Catholic. And this was the largest peaceful gathering since the Second World War. It was in 1969. And it wasn't reported by the BBC. It was the largest peaceful gathering, and it was never even reported, even on local Lancashire, Northwest BBC. ITV had a tiny snippet about the protesters that were there, which must have been about 7 or 8 people. They were shouting at us, so I gave them a very silent V sign, and then took them by surprise, and then carried on walking. Sure as I was in my own righteousness. How sad. Bias, yes. Whatever we read. Perhaps Trump had a point where he said, fake news. It's an interesting concept. Thank you. If Trump were to walk past some wet cement and fell in, it would create a dangerous president. There you go. Blessings on you and those you love. Patrick.